Hey, what's up everyone? Josh Quinones here, and today we're gonna be taking a look at the TCL 65-inch 4K Google TV. Now, I've actually had this TV for quite a few months now, so I think I'm finally ready to kind of give my overall thoughts on this TV, kind of share what my experience has been like with it, how it's held up, and then we'll do a quick walkthrough as well. Now, I do got to give a huge thanks to TCL for sending this TV out when they did, for me to go ahead and take a look at on the channel. Now, even though they did send this TV out, all thoughts and opinions are still my own. And if you know TCL is actually known for bringing good quality TVs, but at a price that is more affordable than what is out on the market, you know, compared to the competition. So if you're someone who's kind of on a tight budget when it comes to buying a TV, but you still want something that's good quality, you might want to consider taking a look at TCL. But let's go and take a look at this TV. All right, so starting with the overall size of the TV, I think 65 inches is kind of that sweet spot. Seems like a lot of people have a 65-inch TV these days. You know, it's not too big, it's not too small. Although I will be honest, you know, I wouldn't mind around a 70, 75-inch TV, but this 65-inch is kind of that sweet spot. I mean, especially for my living room size right here, it fits in just right. So taking a closer look here at the TV, you do have the option, of course, to hang this up on the wall if you do decide to do so, or like myself, you can have it sitting on the legs that come in the box if you do have a TV stand. On the bottom center of the TV, we do have some TCL branding and then little LED lights to let you know when the TV is powered on or off. On the left side is the input for the power adapter, along with these clips that you can put on the legs yourself for cable management. I also got one here on the right side of the TV, along with all of the inputs here. So we get a USB input, Ethernet, we get 3 HDMI inputs, we get a cable or antenna input, an AV in adapter, a headphone jack, audio out, and an optical. And then going down even further, we get the power button and then also a toggle for a microphone that is in this TV right here, which actually works really good, and we will take a look at that in a bit. I'll go ahead and leave it on for now. Now, overall, this is a pretty thin TV. Until you get to the bottom, it does pop out a little bit more because that is where the speakers are located. And the speakers actually do sound pretty good. They get fairly loud. They got a nice, clean sound to them, although I wish they did have a little bit more low end, just a little bit more bass for my liking personally, but overall, they do have a nice, clean sound to them. And like I said, they do get fairly loud. Although I do always recommend getting a sound bar for your TV because it just adds to the experience. If you really want that theater experience when watching movies or shows, a sound bar is always going to give you a better experience. But for whatever reason, if you do not have a sound bar, you won't be disappointed with the speakers on this TV. Like I said, they have a nice clean sound to them. Let's go ahead and do a little volume test right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and just turn it up. Now, of course, it's not going to come through the microphone as good as, you know, as what it sounds like in person, but this is just to kind of give you an idea of the volume. So this is 20 right here, level 20. Let's take it up to 25. Here's 30. Now at 30, it already sounds loud enough. Like I would be good just sitting down watching some TV with the volume at this level. I really wouldn't need it any louder than this. But let's go ahead and go a little bit louder. Here's 40. Let's take it up to 50. Now this is level 50. It already sounds really loud. Like I really wouldn't need it any louder than this. Now maybe if my living room was a lot bigger, then maybe, but for the size of my living room and how close I am to the TV right now, for my personal liking, it already sounds loud enough. Let's go and take it even louder. This is 60. Wait for that music to come back in right here. Woo. And here is level 70. Now, honestly, I'm not gonna go any louder than this. It's already really loud here. So this is just to kind of give an idea of what volume is like on this TV. It doesn't sound too distorted or anything either, having the volume this high. Like I said, it has a nice clean sound to it. You could hear the kick in that drum bass, but I just wish it had a little bit more low end to where you can kind of feel the music as well. Not just hear it, but really feel it. But that's where a sound bar would come in. But overall, speakers on this TV, not too bad. Now, when it comes to overall picture quality of this TV, I gotta be honest, I was not expecting it to look this good when I first got it. Now, I'm no professional when it comes to TVs, but I do know what I like and what I don't like. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with this TV right here. The colors really just pop out at you and they're nice and vibrant. It's got a nice, sharp, detailed look to it, especially when you're watching actual 4K content. It looks really, really good. Now, for those of you who love gaming on your big screen TV, this TV actually has an automatic game mode. So it would automatically switch up to gaming mode when it does sense that you are playing a game on this TV. And it's going to boost up the brightness for you and give you some smoother gameplay as well. So as you can see, I got Spider-Man on right now, just playing a little bit here, just to test out and see what it looks like, see how smooth the gameplay is. And it looks really good on this TV. Now, I gotta be honest, even though it does boost up the brightness, I wish brightness was still a little bit brighter, especially when the sun's coming through really good on through the windows. It could make the screen look a bit dimmer than it actually is. So it would be nice if I can turn up the brightness just a little bit more on this TV. But for the most part, I mean, it's looking good. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments sections below. Can't go wrong with this gaming mode right here when playing games. Okay, so before we do a quick walkthrough of the TV, let's go and take a quick look at the remote here. Now, this is where the quality kind of downgrades a bit. It is a plastic remote. As you can see, it gets easily scratched. We got some scratches up there by what is the microphone. That's what that little hole is up there. And this remote has accidentally been dropped quite a few times, and the bottom piece just broke off right there and it won't even go back on. So it's kind of exposed back there. And as you can see, we kind of got some scratches up there at the top as well. But this is what the remote is going to look like. It is a good size remote, pretty nice and slim as well. It's not too heavy. So I guess that's a good thing about this remote right here. Now, starting up at the top, of course, we do have the power button. We have a button up here that does change the inputs. We got a bookmark button. We got the Google Assistant button, or Google Voice, I should say. So if we press and hold this, it's going to activate Google, and we can ask it anything through this microphone right here on the remote. So if I press and hold, what's the weather like today? And as you can see, it does bring up the weather for us right there straight on to the TV. So that is a cool feature right there. Now going over here, of course, we have the settings button, which we will go through in a bit. This round pad right here is going to allow us to go side to side, up or down. And then this button in the middle is to go ahead and pick your selection. Then we have the back button, we got a home button, we have this button right here, which is going to take us to cable TV, or if you have an antenna hooked up. And then we have this button right here, which is going to bring up pretty much the numbers if you want to go ahead and put a channel number in. So let me go ahead and press that right there. As you can see over on the side, it does pop up. So kind of like another remote. And then we have a recent apps button. So if I press this, it's kind of like a smartphone. Actually, let me go back. It's kind of like your smartphone. It'll bring up the recent apps there down on the bottom. So we got Netflix, YouTube, TCL, and then it brings up other options like input, settings, search, TCL home, and an edit button. So let me go ahead and go back right here. Now, I'm sure as you can tell right here, it is not the most, how would you say, it's not the most responsive either. Sometimes it could be a bit laggy to where as soon as you press something, could take a bit for the TV to respond. Now, this is a Bluetooth remote, so I don't know if that's why maybe the Bluetooth isn't working that good, but there are some times where the remote just won't respond as fast as you would like it to. Now, you got this button down here. If we press this, as you can see, it does pop up our TCL account, which I am not currently signed in, but it does pop up there over on the side. And then we got dedicated buttons for Netflix, YouTube, TCL channel, and Prime Video. And then over here to the right side, we got the power button and the volume rockers, and that is the remote for this TV. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick little walkthrough of the TV right here, starting with the top section. So as you can see, we got a search section up there. So if I go ahead and click on that, it's going to allow us to search for movies, shows, apps. It's giving us recommendations of things we can try saying, because we could use the Google Assistant and just talk and ask it what we're looking for, or we can go ahead and type it in if we want to as well. As you can see, the keyboard will come up. So pretty cool there. Let's go ahead and go back. We do have a For You page, which is what you are seeing right here, the main home page. And basically this is going to, give us, top picks for us. It's going to show us our apps that we have downloaded on this TV, shows that have been watched on this TV and not finished. We can continue watching those, as you can see here. And then it's going to recommend us different shows and movies, and the list pretty much goes on and on and on as you can see here. So definitely a lot to see here on the home screen. And then we also have a live TV. So it's going to show us, this is free live TV. It's not something you have to pay for. It's going to show us what's playing right now, how much longer it's going to be on. So as you can see, we got the Wheel of Fortune there for 5 minutes left now, 20 minutes left there on Survivor. And as you can see, the channels go on. And then you can scroll down for the TV guide to see what is currently on and what is going to be on later as well. So let's go ahead and go back. That is the live TV. And then if we go more over to the right, we have a movie selection. So basically, it's going to show us popular movies, new movies from different apps on the TV. Not only the apps that we have downloaded on the TV, but from other apps that we can download as well. It's letting us know what's trending on Google, fantasy movies. So basically just a bunch more recommendations when it comes to movies. Like I said, this is the movie section. And then it has the same exact thing, but for TV shows as well. It's gonna let you know what's popular, what's new, what's trending. It's gonna give you dramas, sitcoms, fantasy shows, action shows. And like I said, the list goes on and on. And then we have our apps section. So it's going to show us, the apps that we currently have downloaded on the TV, but then we can also search for apps. We got app categories, entertainment, music, audio, video players and editors, tools. As you can see, there's definitely a lot to choose from here. Apps for my other devices. We got featured apps, recommended, stay mindful and fit. If you're into exercising, things like that, you can download apps for that. You can learn something new, enjoy family entertainment. As you can see, there's definitely a lot to choose from here as well. And then we have our library. So it shows purchase movies. I don't remember even purchasing that. So maybe my kids did something there. Purchase shows, which I don't believe we purchased any of these, but I don't know what's going, maybe my kids messed with it again, but it's going to give you a list of that. And then your watch list is empty. So if I want to add something to the watch list, as you can see over there to the right, all we got to do is click this bookmark button on the remote that we took a look at earlier. Not sure if you can see it there, but it is up there at the top left. So if I click on that, it'll bookmark that show that I am on right there. So that is what that is for. And then going over to the right, this is currently under my wife's account. So her information is going to pop up over here. Yes, her name is Sarah. Going over there is going to bring up the settings. And then we also have an ambient mode. So if I click on that right there, it'll bring up a nice, beautiful display. As you can see here, beautiful background pictures that you can actually scroll through. So if I go right, it'll go to what's next. It'll go to what's next again, or you can go back, go left, as you can see there. And you can either pick which one you want, or it'll automatically switch pictures for you after so long. So it won't just stay on one specific picture. After a little bit of time goes by, it'll go to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. So if you feel like having your TV on and just having a nice background, just to fit the setting of your home, maybe people are over, you don't want to actually have the TV on, but you kind of want to have it there, especially if you have it hung up, it can kind of be like a picture frame. This is always a nice little option to go with. Now let's go ahead and go back to the account setting on the right. And let's see, there we are, where it's not responding right when I press the button. Okay, so we have our inputs that we can choose from and our picture settings as well. So if I go into picture settings here, it's going to bring up the picture mode. You have low power, smart HDR, sports, movie, and then that gaming mode that we talked about earlier. But I like to keep it on smart HDR because it gives you that powerful and vivid picture. And then I got the brightness all the way up. You can mess with that. You can mess with color saturation. You got your advanced settings, screen settings, apply all picture settings, or you can restore back to default. So if I go into advanced settings here, change the brightness settings, color, clarity, motion, expert calibration. Let me go ahead and go back. So that is going to be everything that we see here on the home screen. So that is pretty much just a quick little walkthrough of the TV. Now, another way we can use the Google Assistant on this TV, remember that button or that little toggle that we saw in back of the TV that said on and off for the microphone? Well, if you don't want to use your remote to use the Google Assistant and have to press the button and hold it down, or maybe you can't find your remote at the moment, you can talk directly to the TV. So I currently have it on. As you can see, I'm not going to be using the remote. I can talk to the TV itself and say, hey Google, show me some 4K videos on YouTube. Look at that, it's bringing up, look, my phone went off over here to the side, but look at that, it brought up YouTube for me, just straight talking to the TV itself. I didn't even have to use the remote right here. All I had to do was talk straight to the TV, and you can turn that off if you don't want that, because you know, maybe by accident you're gonna end up saying Google or something, and it's gonna activate something on your TV. So you can turn that on and off as you would like to in the back of the TV like we saw earlier. So there you have it. This is the TCL 65-inch QLED 5 Series 4K Google TV. I know, kind of a mouthful there, but y'all let me know what you think down in the comment sections below. What do you think about the overall picture quality based off what I caught off here on my camera, the sound quality, just the overall usability of it and experience you get out of it based off of my video here. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment sections below. If you do find yourself interested in this TV, I'll make sure to have a link down in the description below so you can check one out for yourself. I personally have been enjoying this TV aside from the little things that I mentioned here and there. Overall, I think it's a great TV, especially when you compare it to the competition, what you pay for this compared to what you pay for theirs. You're getting a good quality TV here. But if you did like this video and find it helpful, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Thank you all so very much for watching. This is Josh Quinones, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.